we have a double feature for you today. I go to Galveston Historic Pleasure Pier and Kemah Boardwalk in the same day, same video. Aren't you excited? And aren't you excited for what we're showing you right now? If you're wondering where to park when you go and visit Galveston Pier, you want to follow my example, park there. It's, unless you want to park closer and you don't feel like walking and you want to spend $700 and shit. That number's hyperbolic, but you get the point. Like, I don't know, people don't want to be doing that shit. And apparently over here, it's like they allow you to park up to 2 hours or something. And then after that, it's kind of ambiguous on what happens, and kind of ambiguous on whether any of that is or was ever enforced. It's kind of dumb. As you can see, it's a very beautiful day. The weather was pretty hot. But it is what it is. The last time that I came to Galveston Pier, it was a pit stop before a big ass road trip I did with my friend Colson. And I just wanted to hit that Iron Shark credit, and that's all I did. And on my way out, one of my tires like ruptured basically, like, it was bleeding air like at 1 psi every, half minute. Actually, it's a little fast. It's like every 15 seconds. It was scary. And I barely made it to a fucking Firestone place. Dude, I just had to fucking fix got a bent axle on a thing earlier this week, like 3 days ago. Fun coincidence with me when I'm recording this. And they're like, "Sir, have you ever been with us before? What's your phone number?" And I'm like, "I don't think so, but something's ringing a bell. Like, try my number." And then they were like, "Yep, we've done it before." It was a Firestone in Galveston, Texas. I full circle. Haha, look at that tangent. So I had to spend hundreds of dollars to get my tire right, and it sucked, and I had to, because I had a road trip ahead that was going to be completely fucked. Did I just almost run into that car? I was going to have a road trip that's going to be completely fucked, and if I was stranded in Galveston, it's like, what else are you going to do here other than leave once you've ridden Iron Shark, or return to it, apparently, because that's what I'm doing today. It's not exactly the most impressive pier park in the world. As you can see, it's not, enormous or anything. Like, Iron Shark is like a third of the damn island. I was about to say island. What a wrong word. Car's old. The beach is nice. I didn't go to the beach, of course, because, we have the right roller coasters and shit. It was actually a pretty big day. We started the day visiting some water park that added some dry rides like recently or something, and they included a hamster wheel, which would have been my first hamster wheel, and it was fucked. They wouldn't open it, and it was annoying. So we spent like $50 to ride a couple Krabby Flats. That was about it. And then after that, all right, well, the next stop after that disappointment is Galveston Pier, and then after that was Kemah Boardwalk. But let's not go too much ahead of ourselves. And so this is part 2. And my buddy was already there because he drove more. I don't think he drove faster, but he drove smarter, I guess. And oh no, I had to stop for gas. That's why I lost. Nobody cares. What am I talking about? Hey, cross the road safely, bitch. I'm allowed to call me a bitch because I don't need to elaborate on that. Bitch, I'm a bitch. This is anxiety-inducing. Like, I experience it. I know I don't get hit, but I'm like, geez, some guy went fast and shit. I'm like, hey, fuck that. Fuck him. I forgot about my middle finger. Sorry. Look, I'm a bad person. All right. So I'm not even sure what story it is. I'm sure I'm gonna understand it when I go back and I think about it. But wow, that's really weird to see. So on the left side, you might have seen me call out my green Challenger in a few videos. That's not my Challenger, and that's like a rare fucking car. I see it like a few times a year other than my own, and that was not my car. That was weird. Very weird. Unsettling when I'm kind of high. I'm like, am I remembering my day wrong, like deja vu, and that's not what deja vu is at all. Look at the princess in front of us right there. Ridiculous umbrella. Sorry, Lace, but that's a... Whew, that helicopter. Ew, this angle looks weird. It's about to hit shit. I'm glad it didn't and doesn't and stuff. As you can see, this has been a very excellent review so far of Galveston Historic Pleasure Pier. Caution, the quality's not going to drop off because it's already at the bottom. I mean, I guess you can go lower than the bottom, such as the people hanging out under the pier. Like, what's the point of going to the beach? Like, I know that, like, oh, the sun is, oh my God, it's so scary. But what's the point of going? That's where you go if you're homeless, not on holiday. Why would you be under the pier? I mean, I love shade. Shade's the best, but there? Are you enjoying the entire walk from 2 blocks away into the park that we haven't entered yet, even though we're 6 minutes in? I want you to leave a thumbs up if you don't. I mean, you don't leave a thumbs down. Honestly, it gets the same engagement on YouTube. Like it factors in identically in the results. Check out that seagull. This ain't Cedar Point. What are you doing in this video, bitch? I didn't ride that whatever that flat is. What is that? For all I care, it could be a carousel or it could be a fucking... What is that? It's like some swing shit? Yeah, who cares? Bubblegum Shrimp Company. Yeah, I ate that crap when I went to Islands of Adventure by myself, like a lonely person, recently, and it was good. All right. This place, apparently the way you can spend $16 to ride Iron Shark, which is fucking crazy, or you can just like pay more money or something, and either way it's expensive as bitch to be in this place. It's not exactly very affordable. Kemah Boardwalk's a way better deal, but it is what it is. If you're in Galveston or if you're a credit collector, just pay up, bitch. Like, what else are you supposed to do? Is it worth it? I mean, depends on what your priorities are, I guess. Like, if you're credit collecting, everything is worth it, man. I mean, spend $100 to go to Legoland, California, when their biggest coaster was, hey, it's up, drinking. It was closed and shit, and you still did it. Like, this guy convinced me. It's like, it's worth it. Let's go to just every nothing Castle Park. Let's cough it up. $45, bitch. We went to 14 parks, of which maybe only 4 mattered. But hey, you got to spend money to make money. What? Hold on. You got to spend money to collect credits. Oh yeah. The worst infraction was we gave ourselves an intentional 9-hour layover in Phoenix on the way between Austin and Los Angeles for our crazy trip last January, or January 2022. And during that layover, we hit Castles and Coasters. By the way, the most underrated park ever. It's like in the fucking footprint of a Sam's Club. Everything's on top of everything. And Desert Storm is the most underrated coaster in the world. You could put the restraints super high. It's like buzz bars on a looping janky steel coaster. It feels fucking dangerous. It's amazing. It's like it's in my top fucking 40. Castles and Coasters. I'm not even joking, man. Hit that shit. And then the thing I was about to say was that we stopped at Wildlife, like some zoo that had like some SBF visa or some shit way in the back of the park. You have to spend like $47 to get on that, and then into the park, and then like $17 to get on their shitty fucking little nothing coaster. That's not a coaster. That's not a credit. Fuck that. I say that in every video they show up. Fuck those things. I've spoken enough about that. To the left is that this log flume. We actually did do it after riding Iron Shark. Here's the experience of riding this Hopkins log flume. So you get on it, and you're like, this feels a little odd, but all right. And then you go into the drop, you're like, ooh, I wonder if I'm about to get wet. Yeah, you get wet all right. They might as well have thrown your body, I was about to say corpse, that's a little too aggressive. You might as well just thrown you into the ocean. Like, you get so wet, it's just like you fell into the tub of the water thing. Like, it's not even... You get so wet that it's funny. It's like almost comical. It doesn't give a fuck. So please be aware that if you go to the log flume on if you go to the log flume at Galveston Pier, you might as well have gone swimming in your full clothing. And shoes and socks and wet socks. Wet socks are actually the anti-happy, the devil. You know, the wet socks suck, and they suck. And I brought spare socks, knowing this shit was possible, but didn't. My spare socks got wet too. Like they were in a fucking. The log flume gets you wet as shit. Anyway, we're on Iron Shark. It's a Gerstlauer Eurofighter that is just it's fine. I mean, the setting is amazing. Like right next to the beach, it's really pretty, and I understand how they can get away with charging exorbitant prices to get on this fucking roller coaster because they can. It's in the middle of a tourist trap. There's really nothing else to do because Galveston's just like a corner with beaches and fingers over the fucking camera. Finger, bitch. I hate that finger. Right. I like when we have like the most beautiful view. You have like the finger sensor, so you can't look at that beautiful beach, bitch. Gotta look at my finger. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing that on purpose to like fucking like teabag my own fucking videos, but like, when I'm not holding the selfie stick thing, my videos come out looking bad, and you know, because I don't know how to hold a camera. I'm high and all that. It sucks. Sucks. I did not go on that little swinging thing. I did go on the Larson Loop fake news roller coaster looking ass thing in the front of the park. I have to say one thing about that. Seeing the beach upside down is a really, really wild. Dippin' Dots. Every place I go to has a fucking Dippin' Dots. All of them do. Dippin' Dots everywhere. Seeing the beach upside down on that not roller coaster is really freaky. It's fun. It's probably my favorite experience, my best experience I've ever had on one of those things. You know, I know it's not very high quality, you know, company or anything, but you know. If I recall correctly, we're about to watch Iron Shark go up its shit. If I'm remembering that correctly, yeah, I think so. I think we're about to watch it go. Anyway, I don't think I've told you even anything about Iron Shark yet. It's not a very impressive ride. It's so short. Like right when you're beginning to have fun, it ends. It's like I'm gonna try to hold my breath. I should not be able to comfortably hold my breath during the entire duration of a roller coaster. That's boring, man. It's short. It's not the smoothest thing in the world. It's fine. It is with this. Honestly, with the space they had, there's not that much else they could have done with it. But it's a tourist trap roller coaster. It's expensive. It's the only reason I went to an extra time is because I just wanted to just go to different places, show my new enthusiast friends some more rides, and just, you know, invent excuses to go on roller coasters, really. But it sucks. It's expensive and not really worth it, unless, you know, you're like me. What in the fuck am I recording? Why did I turn on the camera for this? I genuinely. Oh, wait, okay. We're already approaching Kemah? Is that what Yep, yes, okay, that is what it is. That was just an abrupt transition. Okay, that is Boardwalk Bullet. One of the coolest fucking roller coasters ever, and unlike Iron Shark at Galveston Pier, this thing is a good value. It is worth it. It's really fun. It's in my top 50 for sure. It's like lower 40s. Or upper 40s, sorry, like 42 or something. It is a perfect example of why Gravity Group is my favorite manufacturer. They're given crazy tasks and they just hit a home run with it. They're like, all right, we have a 1 acre plot of land. Go. And boy, did they go. It's so compressed. You have layers of shit. You have no idea where you're going. The whole coaster is a head chopper. Everything is just so insanely compressed. The point where part of the track, it goes like inches away from the building. There's no clearance at all. They just what they were able to cram in such a small footprint It's a marvel of engineering. The same energy for switchback at ZDTs, which I'm sorry guys, I wish I could get you a video there. We ended up needing to leave a day early because I had a fucking job I needed to pick up, and we were gonna go to hit switchback. I'll go all the way back to Seguin, Texas to get a video of that. But the reason I'm mentioning it, they both have that energy that I really love of Gravity Group being given crazy, like, good luck projects and then kicking ass with it. Both of them are some of my favorite coasters ever. And then on the other end of the spectrum, they have Voyage and shit. Incredible company. So this experience, I was kind of not as excited as other times, or the other time that I was here, because I had a miserable sinus infection. Like, it was bad at Galveston Pier, but like manageable. But it was piercing here to the point where it was like I'm not gonna say a bullet wound because that's a little hyperbolic, but it was stinging like hell to the point where, like, from my temple down to my shoulder was kind of half numb. Like, it sucked. Why does every place have to have one of these fake ass fucking not roller coaster circle loop things, man? I understand it's that, you know, you can't get a better footprint situation than that and hypno spin and shit. That's whatever. So my sinus infection was a real pile of horror, and it wasn't a good time, and it hurt, and we had to wait quite a while for Boardwalk Bullet because this was like a Saturday night. Like, this is like the one time I always vowed and never show up to parks, but, you know, limited time, and that was the only day Coulson could chill out and hang out with us and shit. In fact, you see how neither of them were with me. I was just like, look, y'all go over the Boardwalk Bullet. Let me get this video footage of the rest of Galveston Pier, which I'm not even sure if anyone's even fucking recorded it. I mean, they probably did. But I wanted to get that because, you know, the whole idea is I want to walk through the entirety of all the parks. But this is an easy place to cover because we're basically done. Behind here, we walk up to Boardwalk Bullet and that's it. Cute little train. I don't know where it's taking us, like, to the other side of that flat. Like, what a dumb railroad ride. Whatever. My allergies are frying my butt right now. That's why you're hearing me sound all sniffly and silly. So the beach, I guess we've already discussed that quite a bit, like ad nauseum. It's fine. I mean, like, I don't really know a second opinion about anything else really in this park outside of Boardwalk Bullet, so I'm just gonna start talking about that again because it's, you know, it's great and it's honestly the only point being here. I love how I just don't indica marijuana. I mean, I'm on it. I'm high. What am I doing? I'm about to make fun of a shirt about marijuana. I'm high as shit as I narrate this. There's Boardwalk Bullet, and I wish I could have gotten a better ride, and I can't fault the roller coaster for that shit because of my sinus infection. I mean, that's not certified Angus beef. Like, I'm certified salty that I wanted to ride my awesome shit. It was a night ride too. Like, we had to wait so long in the line. Like, we finished the entirety of one of those, like, 3-foot tall fucking, like, frozen daiquiri margarita thingies. And we finished, even with all the brain freezing, it was negative 100 degrees. We were able to finish those things while waiting in line for Boardwalk Bullet. Wonderful night ride. We were considering getting another one, but, like, my friend needed to leave, and my sinus infection felt like I was losing a war. And so we couldn't ride it again, which is a real contrast to the last time that I was at Kemah Boardwalk, where I got to ride it 6 times. It was hauling. It was absolutely fucking cool. And so I'm not going to let, you know, my sinus infection blues fucking ruin my impression of one of my favorite coasters ever. Like, top 10 wood for me, for sure. It's great. Yeah, we got it from Dak Shack. Dak Shack. That sucks. That's where we got it. You see those? She was holding one of those. So good, awesome, good narration cues or whatever. Yeah, so we got a half and half. A half red one and half green one, like green margarita and red margarita. Or, I don't know. I don't even know if they're daiquiris or margaritas. I think they were advertised as both. Very generic tourist trap frozen drink. Got us, you know, nice and toasty. So there was that. And we finished it while waiting in line for Boardwalk Bullet. Anyway, Starbucks. There's only one thing on that list that matters, and it's Boardwalk Bullet, Dippin' Dots. So I'm not really sure what else I even film in this video. Maybe I think I get some. Oh yeah, I remember. There's like a little bit of more Boardwalk Bullet footage a little later at night, whatever. Well, so look, I honestly probably might make another trip back, just randomly in the next like 6 months or so, just to redeem this roller coaster. That it's just not fair how bad the ride I got was because of my fucking stupid stupid shit. And then maybe get y'all a ZDT video, because Switchback is just I want to have my own video for it. By the way, I can't just like take somebody else's Switchback footage. You see that line? That line sucked. That line sucked. You can't. I can't have my own Switch. I need to have my own footage in 4K and all that shit, because I'm a stubborn pile of shit. So also the operations today compared to last time. Last time it was a ghost town, really. So it didn't even matter that the operations were, mediocre. I finally got my little wristband thing, whatever. The operations were horrible. They were horrible. Like, it looked like the entire crew just got hired yesterday. It was like 7-minute dispatches. I mean, obviously one train ops, of course. It was fucking irredeemably bad, unfortunately. But it wasn't, it wasn't like that last time. But so anyway, as you can see in this coaster right now, it's just a big conglomerate of wood. It's just this big pile of awesome. And even with the sinus infection, even after having to wait forever, finally getting on this thing, not knowing what's ahead of you, like, it's just so chaotic. If you like wood tunnels, man, like, like coasters weaving through the structure, that's basically all this is, because with them only having 1 acre to work with, they had to build within itself. Like, the station, it travels in above and below. Every time the train passes, like right under where I'm standing right now in this video, it shakes everything. It's amazing. Over there, I don't know if you could see it, but they were saying some shit like on the other side of the station, saying like, please put your keys, wallets, and iPods in the cubby. I know they said iPods, but that was like what that was what I find funny, because what the coaster was built in 2000. I don't want to tell a lie. Now I have to look it up so I don't fucking lie to you. What time? So let me see. So when Boardwalk Bullet, not Boardwalk and Baseball. Nope, wrong shit. RCDB 2007. Okay, so that's when iPods were iPod-y, right? So there's Boardwalk Bullet. You see how like the sun is gone? That's how long it took with not a very long line. I mean, it was a pile of shit. My friends are happy. Look, she actually didn't finish her drink. I finished mine though. I mean, I'm a fast drinker, I guess. Yeah, man. I was telling all of them in the station, like, yeah, look out for this coaster channel that nobody's gonna watch called Funbox Coaster 420. And the kid, they were all around just great attitudes, having a lot of fun. My friend Lacey over there made a new friend who's kind of like quasi enthusiast. It was a lot of fun, and everyone's in good spirits. And if I didn't have my sinus infection, I would have been right there along with them. She was cool as hell. We were making lots of sassy comments about like while people watching and stuff, and it was fine. I mean, look, you see the sun's completely gone, so that tells you about the operations we had to fucking work with today. But regardless, by the way, I wasn't about to say irregardless, but I just choked on myself. I'm not saying words incorrectly. Regardless, Boardwalk Bullet is a motherfucking wonderful roller coaster, and you all should ride it. And just don't go on a Saturday night. Don't be a dum-dum like us. Just go on a off-season shit, just like you should in every other park. As off-season and away from Saturday as possible, the better. Hey, make sure to not subscribe. I don't think you're old enough to where your parents are gonna want to hear. They're gonna want you to hear the words that I'm saying. Words like fuck and whatnot. So to wrap things up, the two parks in Houston, y'all don't have Astro World anymore, but at least you're not like New Orleans where we don't even have Iron Shark. So, go to Galveston for Iron Talk exactly once, or if your family was there or something, I don't know. And then go to Kemah Boardwalk if you want to ride a real roller coaster. And boy, it's a real roller coaster. This is a gem. Boardwalk Bullet fucking kicks ass, and it's worth going very far out of your way to ride this shit. Anyway, that summarizes thing. Talk to you later and have a nice life, I guess.